Greetings, Guardians. This is Olympus Alliance, and today we begin our first look of the newest hero arriving in Dominion. Byrna, the gentle fury of nature. The Neon Frost season brought a storm of hype, and now it's time to finally see what this mysterious healer truly brings to the battlefield. Is she powerful? Is she unique? Is she worth your resources? That's exactly what we're going to uncover, step by step. In this first look, we'll look at her skills one by one, explain exactly how each ability works, and understand what makes her different from every other healer in Hero Wars Alliance. And before diving into gameplay, we'll also show you her items of rank, so you know how she is built right from day one. So get ready, Guardians, Byrna has arrived, and it's time to see whether she's gentle or a storm waiting to be unleashed. And now, Guardians, let's move straight into her first ability, and this one sets the tone for everything Byrna represents. Roar of Nature. When Byrna calls upon the spirit of the Great Bear, the entire battlefield shifts. Her Guardian Spirit unleashes a wave of pure magic damage straight into the enemy team, and at the same time, Byrna and all nearby allies instantly begin to restore health, keeping your frontline stable and your midline safe. This is the moment where you feel her identity, damage and healing working together in one synchronized burst. She protects your formation while punishing the enemy in the same breath. It's simple, clean, and incredibly effective, especially in long fights where sustain becomes the difference between breaking or surviving. Whenever Byrna triggers this roar, she isn't just healing. She's reinforcing your entire line while making sure the enemy feels the weight of nature itself. And from that opening roar, Guardians, we move into the heart of her kit, Guardian Punch. This is where Byrna stops being just a healer, and becomes a battlefield mechanic all by herself. When Guardian Spirit surges forward, it moves freely across the battlefield, striking enemies one by one. It cannot be targeted, it cannot be controlled, it simply attacks. And every strike carries Byrna's own magic attack and magic penetration, turning that spirit into a roaming magical bruiser that punishes anything standing in its path. But here's where it becomes truly dangerous. Every one of Byrna's basic attacks restores health and energy to the ally with the lowest health. Not random. Not nearby. The one who needs it the most, instantly stabilized. And because this happens during the Spirit's attacks, you get a rhythm. Spirit hits the enemy. Byrna recovers your weakest ally. Spirit hits again. Byrna restores again. This skill alone makes her feel like she is fighting and healing at the same time, constantly, non-stop, without wasting a single second. She pressures the enemy and protects your team simultaneously. A healer that hits. A damage dealer that sustains. A spirit you cannot stop. And from that non-stop rhythm of strikes and restoring, Guardians, we move into one of Byrna's most underrated but absolutely massive abilities, Bear Cuddle. This is the moment where you really feel that she's not just healing. She's protecting, sustaining, and empowering your weakest ally for an insanely long time. When Bear Cuddle activates, Byrna marks the ally with the lowest health, the one who is closest to falling. And for a full 20 seconds, that ally becomes her priority. Every 2 seconds, without missing a beat, they restore health. And they gain energy. That rhythm never stops. Health. Energy. Health. Energy. Again and again and again. It doesn't matter if it's a tank absorbing hits, an agility hero caught in a bad moment, or a mage under pressure. Byrna locks onto them and refuses to let them fall. This is what makes her unique. She doesn't panic heal. She doesn't react. She commits, And she sustains that commitment for the entire duration. Your lowest ally doesn't just survive. They start climbing back into the fight, gaining the energy they need to ult, to counterattack, to recover momentum. This is one of those skills that completely changes the flow of battle, quietly but decisively. And finally, Guardians. We arrive at the skill that quietly transforms Byrna from strong healer into something far more dangerous. This is Living Heart, and it's the moment where her healing stops being healing and starts becoming growth. While the other three skills keep allies alive, sustain them, or rebuild their tempo, Living Heart takes it one step further. If an ally is already fully healed, if they are topped off, stable, and ready for action, Byrna does not waste healing. Instead, every extra bit of healing she delivers increases their maximum health. And she can increase it by up to 100%. This means the longer the battle goes, the more healing she pumps out, the more her frontline evolves. Your tank doesn't just survive. They grow. Your bruisers don't just stabilize. They become harder and harder to kill. Your middle line becomes sturdier, safer, and more resistant with every pulse of her magic. It's like having regeneration, sustain, and permanent scaling, all wrapped into one skill. Byrna doesn't simply protect the team. She reshapes it during the fight. And Guardians. That closes Byrna's skill kit. A healer who heals, restores, empowers, sustains, and even makes your team physically stronger with every second. But this is just the beginning. Because now, we test her. We're going to take Byrna into every situation, long fights, burst fights, tank-heavy fights, anti-control fights. And we will push her to see exactly how far she can go. We will break down her weaknesses. We will discover her best partners. We will test, and test, and test. And of course, we will build her best teams for offense and defense. The full Olympus Alliance guide is coming. So stay tuned, Guardians. The real journey with Byrna starts now. Stay tuned, stay sharp, and as always, salute and friendship.